Traumatized but safe. Children are among those still arriving at shelters in Mocoa 1 week after a devastating landslide in southwestern Colombia. Nearly 100 children died and thousands of survivors have been left with nothing except the clothes on their backs.
They took my wife and children out after the landslide. We didn't sleep for 3 days afterwards. They have now taken us to the new shelter because we have nowhere else to go. So many children are ill because they are outdoors. The smell of decay is causing a lot of sickness.
A month's worth of rain fell in 3 hours in Mocoa, causing 3 rivers to burst their banks. This triggered massive floods, sending an avalanche of mud and boulders towards nearby towns. Entire villages were levelled in Colombia's worst natural disaster in recent history. Residents have been cautiously returning to find out what's left of their lives. The Red Cross says people have been left with both physical and mental scars.
Going forward, we will focus our support on providing mental health. In the next few months, the Red Cross teams will be accompanied by experts to help survivors process what happened and help them through the grieving process.
For some survivors, relief has turned to anger. A mother of 2 narrowly escaped with her life, but she's fearful for her family's future. With no home and no income, she's worried they will be left on the streets.
They knew this was going to happen, and the government did nothing to stop it. All of this death in our city, mothers left alone, children orphaned, and all of this because of the government.
Colombia's First Lady has been overseeing the relief operation. $14 million has already been promised in humanitarian aid, and she's urged survivors to be patient.
We have a lot of experience in this area, and the government will deliver. 2 years ago, after the last landslide in Salgar, people now have new homes and are living in better conditions than before, and we will do the same for Mocoa.
2,700 people left homeless by the landslide are being accommodated in 5 temporary shelters like this one in a sports centre. Only a limited number of spaces are available and not all survivors will get a place here. But for those who do arrive, there's food, water and essential medicines. Colombia's government says it will relocate many of these families who are still too afraid to return to their homes while the worst affected areas are being rebuilt. Burials are still taking place in Mocoa. Mounds of freshly dug earth have become a common sight in cemeteries here. An investigation is underway into whether the authorities could have been better prepared for such a disaster. But this brings little comfort to the families of the dead. As new graves are being dug every day, they just want justice for their loved ones. Dimitri O'Donnell, TRT World, Mocoa, Colombia.